Welcome back. Today, we're entering 1942. The current situation is neither good nor bad. The Axis is at war with both the Allies and the Comintern. While the Germans have stalled on the Soviet front, the Romanians are pushing in from the south. From my point of view, it seems the Soviet manpower and division count is never ending, but their equipment does seem to be lacking. The Allies are beginning to make naval invasions in Western Germany. I've decided to trust Germany to handle these invasions, as they do have numerous divisions manning the West. Japan is at war with both China and the Allies. Their front remains stagnant. The United States lies dormant, not entering for either side in the war. For us, it seems that they are a ticking time bomb, waiting to jump on any opportunity to declare war on the Axis. It's imperative we make our move before they join the war. Finally, Africa remains a stalemate. I've decided to hold any further push in the south mainly because of the lack of divisions. But the Allied position in French Algeria is weakening, so that's where we'll push first. Meanwhile, the situation at home is improving. We're up to 86 divisions, and we consistently pump out 10 more every 4 months or so. Our Navy, at 97 ships, is weakened by the Allied presence, but the Allies themselves are having trouble maintaining a Navy, so we're almost equal to their numbers. The only front on which the Allies have a severe upper hand is the air war. Our 2,000 strong Air Force can't compete to the Allies' 8,000 plus strong Air Force. Our first move of the war is to improve our ships and planes. If we can't compete with the numbers, we'll compete with quality. Using air and naval experience, I hope to outmatch the Allies as soon as possible. We push the French back off Libya and surround divisions in the process. This is the third or fourth time I'm having to push into West Africa, and this time I don't intend to make the mistake of having an unguarded coast. We continue to push deeper and deeper into what's now French Algeria, with more and more surrounds. The Allies assign more troops to defend, but they're no match for the 17 divisions I have pushing against them. As I gain more territory, I make sure to guard the ports. Any Allied invasion will fail without a port, so they will be treated with the utmost priority. As we push into Africa, the German and Romanian advance makes great gains. I thought they would stall eventually, but it seems the Russians' lack of equipment has been a death sentence. Sevastopol, Moscow, Stalingrad, and Leningrad have all been taken. There is no stopping the advance now. Germany then decides to declare war on Switzerland. While they aren't too much of a threat and they fall relatively quickly, I wasn't a fan of the German aggressiveness on my border. But they did give me the Swiss states, so I wasn't complaining either. By late summer, the Soviet resistance was futile, and they eventually capitulated. Germany took most of the Soviet lands, Japan gained some Pacific coast states, and Romania got completely ripped off. Shortly after the Soviet collapse, I had finally secured Africa. After deciding to protect my ports with the utmost priority, there would be no successful naval invasion of my West African territory for the rest of the war. Our next goal was Greece. They were imperative to my plan of connecting my fronts. Greece remained the last potential Allied stronghold connected to a major Axis power in Europe. I decided to attack Greece with 32 divisions, made sure to guard any capture ports, and rushed for Athens as fast as possible. Greece fell within 3 weeks. This victory effectively marked the end of our struggling army. After spending years playing catch-up, victories in Greece and Africa proved we were now on par with the rest of the Axis. With the European continent secure, I decided to aim for a new goal. It's time the Allied air supremacy was put to an end. If I couldn't outproduce them, I'd take their air bases. To do so, I'd have to capture islands in the Mediterranean. I first decided on Malta, as their airbase was one of the largest. Keep in mind, at this point I failed to take Gibraltar twice, but my navy had recovered and likely outmatched the Allied presence in the Mediterranean. I was hoping that our new ships with improved capabilities would prove effective against Allied opposition. I was wrong. What the Allies lacked in ships, they made up for in air dominance. I did my best to cover the air region, but ultimately, I lost 7 more divisions. From here, I planned to invade Turkey to connect my territories, but of course, Germany made a non-aggression pact with them, stopping me from invading. Turkey did give me military access though, so our original goal was technically achieved. The first half of 1943 was spent clearing British ships from the Mediterranean, fighting the best air battle I could, and putting down any resistance in captured territories. I decided I would give a naval invasion one last shot. Our new target, Sardinia. I chose it because it was closer to the Italian coast, and because if we captured it, we could also likely capture Corsica. After launching the invasion, our ships were once again intercepted, and our divisions were once again lost at sea. The Allies had won the naval battle. No more attempts would be made to capture any islands. By this point, I could see the writing on the wall. Nothing was going to change in the war effort. Both factions were in a perpetual state of stalemate. The Axis had control over important African holdings and had secured the European continent. The Allies had superior naval and air forces, but could not penetrate the European continent. Our last hope to change the future of the war was nationalist Spain. If they joined the war effort, we could capture Gibraltar, destroy Allied ships in the Mediterranean, and eventually secure the air bases. But the Spanish wouldn't budge, so I didn't see the situation changing anytime soon. I'm pretty proud of what we were able to accomplish as Italy. Our aggressiveness against Yugoslavia proved to be an almost fatal mistake, but we came back from it, and by the end of it, we were actually a pretty strong superpower. What would you all like to see next? A specific mod? Country? Would you like me to try an EU4 cinematic? I hope you all enjoyed the series. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you did. I'll see you guys next week, but until then, take care.